And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to season 2 of the Loves Gymnastics podcast, brought to you by the Loves Gymnastics Network, brought to you by the creator of this, Michaela Loves Gymnastics, and her co-host, Oscar, aka Gymnastics Saves Lives, Miss Shayna, and Ezra. And together, we bring you the Loves Gymnastics podcast. Season 2 begins now. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We love and appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, bring more people into the community. It's NCAA 2025 time. Let's go, girls! And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Welcome back to my channel, Michaela Loves Gymnastics. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this very special episode of this show, right? So I decided to do this show. I just tried to do a video that was 100% gymnastics related, and I couldn't get through it because it's not what's on my heart. So I'm going to do this show and talk about what's on my heart. Then hopefully once I talk about what's on my heart, it'll be off my heart, and then I can get back into the rest of my gymnastics season. First of all, I want to apologize to some of my friends. I want to apologize to Barbie, to Miss Kelly, to Naomi, to Crystal. I've contacted all 4 of these girls and told them I wanted to start a podcast. It's just gymnastics season has started, and I just haven't had the time, and I work full time, to focus on creating this trans space that I want to create. But I can talk about it with y'all. What I think I want to do, and I'm just talking about it because that's just how I work, manifestation. I remember if y'all know me on this Facebook, because this is a Facebook chat. Thank you, Mr. Tommy. This is a Facebook chat mainly. I'm streaming this also on my YouTube channel, but this is a Facebook chat because this is how, the people got to know me. It was from Facebook. I want y'all to really, 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 really understand that I used to have a very popular Facebook group. I used to have a very popular little talk show over here. I want to get back into those spaces of, activism and talking about trans issues and trans right. And especially during this current administration, I definitely want to get back into doing all of that. It's a lot. It's very emotionally draining to cover some of these stories. It's very emotionally tiresome going back and forth with the girls about basic shit that we should all just feel and think. But that's not how people feel. So I understand I don't want to do that by myself. So I contacted friends of mine that I really love and respect. And hopefully at least 2 of them agrees to do the podcast with me. I wouldn't mind if it's like a 6-person panel because it's so much that needs to be discussed. It's so many topics. I don't want to say I want to recreate Tea Time with the Girl because Tea Times with the Girls because I don't think I could ever do that. What I want to do is to take that idea and bring it to the next level, not level, the next phase, with the people I know and the people I talk to. So, but be on the lookout for that because once this college gymnastics season ends, which is in March, I will definitely, because I already have two ideas for the title of the podcast. It's just I haven't manifested. Okay, I put them out there. It was this real popular club that I used to go to every Thursday and Saturday in South Florida. I don't want to say the name of the club, but if you from South Florida or even Central Florida, because the girls from Central Florida used to drive them 4.5 hours to Fort Lauderdale to come to this club. Every Thursday, they used to have a drag competition. And it was real popular. It was really, really popular down here in Florida. And that's one of my ideas for the name of the show. And then the other idea for the name of the show depends on how really real the girls want to get. It was this popular street where the girls used to, work of the night, sex work, basically. And I think I could reframe that and create a podcast around that idea too. But I'm still just, manifesting these ideas, just taking my time. One of the things that I've always done, which was a mistake, is I would just come up with an idea and just do it. And then if it caught fire, I never knew what the hell I was doing. I was just doing it. This time I want to be a little bit more strategic because I actually want something to come of it. If that makes any sense to the girls. And I'm sure it does. Today I'm doing a community check-in. I want to see how everybody is doing. We are less than a month in from this Trump administration, and a lot of stuff has been happening. There's been a lot of emotions going around on social media, and correct, where the ladies of the evening used to work. You're absolutely right, Mr. Tommy. And what I want to know from the girls and from the fellows who are watching, from whoever is watching, is how are you emotionally handling this second go round of the Trump's presidency? How are you emotionally coping with all of the things that you keep hearing on a day-to-day basis? My girlfriends who live in like Texas, how do y'all feel that y'all government is reissuing y'all passports? It's just a lot. It is just a lot, and I just want there to be it's a tad bit of panic, and panic is the correct word because this is such an uncertain time that the word panic is absolutely, I think, is a fair word. What I'm asking the people to do is to stop panicking, and to be prepared. And when I say be prepared, there are numerous of options or outcomes that can happen that you just can't prepare for, right? But there are certain things that you can do now to be prepared for whatever may happen. One of the things that I want to tell the girls to prepare for, right? Now, what I'm going to say is going to be not controversial, it's just maybe conflicting. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. It's going to be very contradictory sometimes, but feel me where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to get the girls prepared, right? One of the things that I feel like the community is doing not wrong, Not wrong. That's the wrong. Wasting time. There we go. One of the things I feel like the community is doing right now that is wasting time is gloating with them damn Latinos and gloating with them damn Palestinians, right? It's real easy right now to gloat when we all could have seen all of this coming. When we all can be, when we all can see all of this coming. And Tommy, I'm going to read your comment in a second. Just let me get my thought out and I'm going to go back to your comment. When we all could see all of this coming, but for whatever reason, the Latinos and the Palestinians didn't, which means they were unprepared when the stuff started rolling in. I think his very first actions, though, as this go around as president, was attacking the trans community. We weren't so gagged like the Latinos and the Palestinians were because we were slightly prepared for this to happen. We were when he won in November, we were prepared for some rollbacks of rights and privileges that we've gotten. I don't feel like the Latino community or the Palestinian community really was understood. That's such a cop out term. I don't think they could have even imagined how bad it's getting. And let me read Mr. Tommy's post. I'll try to be brief. As a public school custodian, reason for my union, someone who bypassed a veteran, a Christian, and someone whose late wife was on SSDI, there are lessons we can draw from histories, organizing, fighting when times are similar. Just a side note, my actual name is Thomas Hooker. Okay, you had me then Facebook disabled. Okay, first. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mr. Hooker. Oh, I remember you. I remember you. Yes, you did used to watch my show. I do remember you. Thank you, Mr. Thomas Hooker. How are you doing, friend? I do remember you. Yes, 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 yes. Um, I feel like the next community to gag though is the Black community. Like I feel like the Black community is too not enthralled. That's the wrong word. Too entertained by the Black community is too entertained by what is going on. They are not trying to be prepared. And this is where I'm coming from to my trans sisters and brothers. Be prepared. There are things that you can do now that might make it a little easier, just a smidget bit easier. This is one of the things that I know everybody wants that gender marker on your ID change. I don't think that's a realistic possibility anymore. But a more realistic well, not anymore, but at least until, the next administration, hopefully it's a Democratic, but we might be stuck here for a while. But you can still get your name changed. They can't stop. People can get their name changed. And even if your ID say M and you're a trans woman, if you can push through and your name suits your look, I think you will have an easier time than if your name was Jamal and you have the M on your ID. If you can have the M on your ID, but your name is Michelle, I think you will have an easier time pushing through. This is going to be the hardest thing, though. Black women told the world they were sitting out of this and they was going to let whatever, but they're absolutely are lying, and they are already up here protecting Black men for this damn And I'm not just saying all black men deserve. I'm saying certain black men are really out here acting a motherfucking fool, and these black women are heterosexual black women are out here protecting them, i.e., Nelly, because right now everybody is Team Ashanti because Irv Gotti passed away. So they're forgetting that just a couple of weeks ago, Ashanti's husband just performed at Trump's inauguration. So they're going to use Ashanti to clean up Nelly's image, and it's all going to be forgetting. Whereas a girl like Chrisette Michelle can't get a job to save her life. She couldn't even get a job on damn Basketball Wives at this point in time. So what I'm asking my trans sisters to do is to focus on us. It's hard. A lot of us don't like each other. Focus on the benefit of other trans individuals. If you don't like trans women and you're a trans woman, focus on trans men. Um, Focus on the trans attracted people. Focus on our community. Focus on building up our community. And when I say our community, if you're a black trans woman, that does not include the black community. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love being black. I am black down. I will always be black. The black community showed their asses to the LGBTQ community this election cycle. They absolutely showed their total and complete whole brownness of their asshole to the LGBTQ community. I'm not interested in saving them no more. I'm not. I mean, we're all black, so I have to. There is no choice in the matter. It's just, it's very begrudgingly. It's very because I am black, and that's the only reason. It's not because I feel like they're right or any. It's just because I'm black too. Um, I see right now there's this thing going on the socials of, are you a tranny? What is the how did the post put? Are you really transgender if you're on hormones? And they're back on this again. And just I'm just saying, this is just my opinion. It's not the time. It's not the time. It's not the time to start these little inbred fights within the community. It's not the time. I understand. I understand. Some of y'all will always take the time out to to cause conflict with trans women because you just don't like trans women. But I don't. It's not the time. We need to show a unified front because there's a bigger fight that we as trans people need to do. And that is going to be the policing of what it means to be transgender. And when I say the policing of what it means to be transgender, I don't mean this whole hormone shit. I don't mean this whole post op, pre op shit. I don't mean none of that shit because we have a whole other bigger monster that we need to fight, in my opinion, to get our names back and what we are back. And that is these white Caucasian males who say they feel like a woman, but they have no, none, no hormones, no surge, no makeup skills, no hair doing skills. They just around here calling themselves women with whole ass beards and getting accepted into women's spaces and then are being perverted to the women, to the cisgender women. And a lot of the girls, I hope out of confusion, seem to not ally, defend this type out of allyship. Yeah, it is allyship. Out of allyship, out of knowing what it means, knowing what it feels like for a bitch not to believe you, knowing what it means for people not to see it for you. I completely understand. I well not understand. That's what I think. That's why I think a lot of the people defend that. But what they're doing is a double-edged sword because yes, you are right, but now people look at all trans people as this. And that's now a stigma and a fight that we need to, in my opinion, as a community, fight against hard, 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 hard. We need to fight against that because if we continue to let that group of people interject themselves in trans conversations, we're going to always lose because even me as a trans person do not agree with that. Hard. We need to fight that. HARD. Hard. Um, I think also in this time where I'm not going to say don't swing back against the black community, but listen to the black community. When I say listen, I don't mean actually listen and follow suit. What I mean is listen and just listen to what they're saying when it comes to trans people. One of the things that I think, and I don't know if the trans women would go for this as a whole, but one of the things I keep hearing from the black community is it's not that they don't respect us, it's not that they don't understand us, it's just that they can never view us as biological women, right? And then there's a group of us who are like, cool, we're not biological women. But then there is the other ones who would turn around and be like, yep, I am a biological woman. And then you'd be like, wait, what, sister? And then they'd be like, yep, I'm a biological woman, bitch, just like her. And then me, I'm gonna always be on the trans woman side, but it's just like, but sister, but we're not. I mean, I don't know. And then there's just certain things that as a community, it would be helpful if we just got on one accord and come to one agreement, whether we all, it's like, okay, there was a time where I remember a lot of black gays was like, I don't believe in gay marriage. Marriage is supposed to be between a man and a woman. And but they wouldn't, they would say it behind closed doors, but then they would also follow that up with, but I don't feel like I could tell what other people to do, right? So then when the marriages start to pass, you start seeing all these black sisters start getting married, right? They started to benefit for those rights. I think we can do something similar to that where if even if you don't agree with what's going on with the trans community, let those conversations be behind closed doors. Like, don't bring those conversations to the forefront because A, people are using those conversations against trans people. B, those conversations get real confusing when you hear a trans person and they're like, I don't think this. Okay, they get very confusing. But I think when it comes to the people, the white non-transitioning trans people, I think they should be policed publicly, very publicly, by trans people. Um, it's just not the time, girls. We need to come to one accord. We need to be on one accord because we can't rely on other communities. We can't even rely on the other letter LGBTQ community. We can only rely on the T. That's it. That's all we have right now. It's the T. That's it. The big T. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got right now is the T. And um, the T is Tranny girl, you in danger. You in danger. You need to stop focusing on everybody else. You need to start focusing on yourself. I agree, Mr. Tommy, and the people don't want to hear that. The people just want to hear the Bible said this and this, that, and the third. So you can tell them all blue in the face that books was burned. These things were well established facts. People then change histories and erase history. But the people don't want to hear that. So we just got to come to the people where they're at. And where they're at is a very, I don't want to say uninformed spot in life. Misinformed. I'm not going to say uninformed. I'm going to say misinformed. Because a lot of the people feel like this is what the Bible says, so this is what it is, right? And there's a lot of purposeful miseducation when it comes to gender and the varieties of genders in the world, especially in America. They keep the people confused and misinformed. But see, this is why we have to start podcasts and stuff to start informing the people about different things, right? Correct. Now, I've been up here 30 minutes. I didn't even expect to be up here this long. For those of y'all who watched this on the replay, thank y'all for watching. I am working on doing this podcast again. I have no schedule for when the next time I will be on, but you can always catch me if you want to just hear me talk about other things. My gymnastics podcast, Michaela Loves Gymnastics, the Loves Gymnastics Network. We stream every Thursday and every Monday, and we do bonus podcast materials throughout the week. Want y'all all your NCAA Elite Gymnastics news? Come follow me at Michaela Loves Gymnastics. With that being said, I love you all. I will see y'all in the next podcast. Deuces.